A philosophy lecturer at a university in Cuba once posed a question to his class. He asked his students, "How much can the human mind learn?" And the students stood up and, using the theory of indetermination in mathematics, explained that it was infinito sobre infinito. And he elaborated on his answer. And the rest of the class burst out in laughter because they could not comprehend the depth of the answer. But the lecturer, who understood, stood in awe of this student and explained to the class that he was very correct. The lecturer gave the student full marks for his class without taking an exam. The student was trying to explain that the human mind has no boundaries, and what the human mind can learn is limitless. Often we hear the saying, if you can dream it, then you can achieve it. Yet we continue to doubt that we can ever leave a mark in this world that we are passing through. Friends, we are all born with gifts and talents, and how we use these gifts and talents will determine the mark we leave. Some discover their gifts from an early age, and with the help of parents and those around them, they are able to explore those gifts and talents and leave a mark. Others discover their gifts while going through adversity. And sometimes when this happens, it's like an epiphany, and suddenly everything becomes very clear. The biggest problem or obstacle which prevents people from exploring and using their gifts and talents is fear of failure. I think Maya Angelou said it best when she said, "Failure is life pushing you in another direction." There are too many people in this world just going through the motions. They get up every morning and go to jobs they do not particularly like, and they associate and keep company with persons who continuously keep them down and stifle their gifts and talents. And they go through the motions day in and day out, year in and year out, until they end up where we are all destined to, 6 feet under, with all their unused gifts and talents. I remember at a very young age listening to one of Les Brown's motivational talks, and I recall him saying in one of those that the richest place on earth is a cemetery. And at that time I thought to myself, this man must be mad. But as I grew up and I traveled, went to university, interacted with people from all continents, I understood that this man was right. He did not mean that there were diamonds and rubies hidden in graves. He meant that all the gifts and talents that could change the world were buried with people who were too afraid to use them. Now, you may not be a Maya Angelou, a Barack Obama, or even a Les Brown, but you have greatness within you, friend. And I want you to declare tonight, say your name and state, "I have greatness within me." Yes, we all have greatness within us, just waiting to be explored. I was listening to J.K. Rowling being interviewed on how she started Harry Potter, and I was so inspired by her. She said that the idea came to her while being delayed on a train, and she immediately began to write. And the more she wrote, the more those ideas would flow. And it took her almost 5 years to really get it all together. But what really struck me was that the first time she sent her manuscript out to a literary agent, it was turned down. Today, millions of copies have been sold in over 200 countries, in over 60 languages. Stories such as these have to give us the courage we need to invest time and effort in our gifts and talents. Now, it's not going to be easy. There will be hurdles along the way. We will be disappointed. But I strongly believe that some of these obstacles are strategically placed in our way to propel us further. If J.K. Rowling, after being turned down by the first literary agent, had placed those manuscripts back in her suitcase under her bed, they will be sitting there up to this day. The fact of the matter is, my friends, not everyone will understand the picture that you are trying to paint, and that's fine. Not everyone has to. There are approximately 7.6 billion people in the world today, and if 1 billion will get you, the other 6.6 will. You have to listen to your inner voice, friends. and know your purpose, and not let the negativity of others detract you from that cause. You cannot let the voices around you drown out your inner voice, and certainly you cannot talk you out of it. Friends, you have to agree with me tonight that sometimes our biggest enemy lies within us. We discover our talent, we see the dream, and we successfully turn it down. But I want to say to you tonight that through God all things are possible. The Bible tells us that if we had the faith of a mustard seed, we could move mountains. Friends, the gifts and talents are already within us. All we have to do is discover and use them. We are not called upon to do great things, but rather to do the little things, because these little things will add up to create something big and beautiful. Do not be afraid of failure. Do not be afraid of being turned down or misunderstood. Listen to that inner voice. Scripture says, "Be still and know that I am God." Friends, we have to retrieve in our own inner sanctuary once in a while and listen to that voice to discover our purpose. And once you discover what you were born to do, you do it. Then and only then can you be truly happy with what you are doing. Or like Oprah likes to say, I'm living my fullest life. Friends, I want to implore you tonight to hold on to what you believe and not allow yourself to be compromised. Turn your struggles into triumphs. No matter how many great clouds you have to battle in your life, there is always a rainbow looking around. If you can see it and believe it, then I dare say you can achieve it. You do not have to be great to leave your mark. But friends, I tell you tonight, when you leave your mark, it will make you